SoFi investors, welcome back to the channel. My name's Jay. In today's episode, there's some breaking SoFi news that I think has the potential to make the SoFi stock price go up over $20 over the next few months. It's very, very interesting and a crucial pivot point of institutional ownership. Stick around, let's get into it. SoFi investors, before we get started, do me a huge favor, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. SoFi investors, if you take a look at the screen right now, SoFi stock had another great day with after hours up over 4%. 1 week up almost 12%, guys. The past month down a little bit from, a month high of back on January 24th of over $18. We did cross 17 today. Over the last 3 months, we're up about 22%. Year to date, coming in up 12%, and over the last year, up over 100%. So if you got in when I told you guys to in that $7, $8, $9 range, you made an absolute killing on your SoFi shares. So why is the stock running up so much over the last few months and over the last year? I'm going to tell you guys why. Take a look at your screen again. And if you take a look right here at institutional ownership, I highlighted it for you guys on the screen. We just reached 574 million shares of SoFi stock are now owned by institutions, and we crossed that pivotal threshold of over 50%. It jumped up from 49 to over 52%, over 52.4% exactly. And that's happened over the last couple months. And that's why we've seen this pivot in stock price recently, right? It's very, very important, right, to get that great investor base that are institutional owners. If you get these institutional owners that own over 50% of the stock, it really can help push that stock price up as time goes on. I also think a lot of big-time institutional investors, are thinking that the S&P 500 inclusion is not that far away for SoFi stock. It could take a couple quarters, maybe a year, but it is on the horizon, guys. All right, SoFi investors, take a look at this little bar chart action here. Share price is on the right, and you can see we're right in this $15, $16 range, and we haven't included January yet in this update. We could see the little sell-off of institutional ownerships in late December. But since then, we've gained a huge amount of institutional investors, pushing it up over 50%. In December, it was at 49%, and we've added, close to 100 million shares of SoFi being owned by institutions over the last 6 to 8 months. Very, very impressive stuff, guys. Look, change 4.8 million shares. Listen, SoFi stock is looking great right now. Is it perfect? Is it a perfect company? No, no company is perfect. Except for maybe Palantir that just keeps going up, even at like an 8,000 PE ratio, which makes absolutely no sense. But that's for another time. We're trading in that $17 range right now. And I do think as this number gets to 53%, 54%, 55%, more retail traders like ourselves are going to start piling in on top of the institutions already piling in, guys. All right, SoFi investors, if you take a look at your screen right here, these are all the updated filings. Green means a new company, a new institutional owner has bought shares, right? And if you take a look at the percentage change, you could see, like this company, West Pace Advisors, sold out. So the red means a sell, right? But you can also see a lot of these companies are increasing their stake in the company, right? We do have some, like always, cutting their stake. But if you go in total shares and see who owns the most SoFi shares, BlackRock, who owns 47 million shares of SoFi, has increased their share percentage by 4%. Very, very, very impressive, right? And then Jane Street Group, 22%. Susquehanna Group, percent up share. Like, they're just calls that puts, they're doing like a call spread there. Two Sigma, absolutely bought a shit ton of shares, almost 20 million shares. And take a look, a lot more positive. Citadel, they did a little call spread here as well. UBS definitely added shares and added calls. So a lot of green here, a lot of positive stuff, right? Only a few scattered companies are selling out of their SoFi shares, right? So BlackRock, one of the biggest owners of SoFi, just adding and accumulating shares and more shares and more shares. And it might only sound like 4%, but when you own close to 50 million shares, 4% is an absolute ton of shares. These are some of the biggest holders of SoFi stock, including Susquehanna International Group, Citadel Advisors, ARK Investment Management, who has been selling SoFi and Palantir as they rebalance their portfolio. Norges Bank just added a big position, as well as Wellington Management Group. Charles Schwab increased their stake in SoFi by 2.73%. So you can see there's a good trend moving forward, as we can see by this stock price over the last month is down, but over the last week up over 12%. You know, over the last month we hit the bottom right around 14.65 and it shot up to, almost $17 today. So it's very, very impressive stuff, guys. I think with that institutional ownership being over 50%, it's a big deal. And I think by the end of the year, we see $20 and hold $20. My price target for the end of the year is $23 for SoFi stock. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Thank you so much. Peace.